Hi, I'm fixing to make one of our family favorites. We call them Sunday breakfast desserts. So, this is melon ball salad. We start off with a cantaloupe. Cut it in half. Of course, get all the nasty out in the middle, all the seeds and stuff. Yeah, it should pretty much do it for that. And then you take your melon baller and put them in a colander so they can drain and it won't be as wet and too wet to eat. And it's a beautiful, beautiful salad. So let me get this done, and then we'll start with the strawberries and the grapes next. Okay, we got our cantaloupe already melon balled up. Now it's time for our strawberries. Just cut the tops off, and I like to just cut them in quarters like this. Just add them to the just like that. And then next will be grapes. Okay, we got all our strawberries in there with our melon. Now we do the red grapes. We've already rinsed these off. And just pull them where there's no stem left and just add them as many as you like. And when we're done, we'll make the dipping sauce that goes with it. Okay. Look how beautiful that turned out. Now all we have to do is make our dipping sauce. It is 8 ounces of cream cheese and 7 ounces of marshmallow cream and then a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Let me get that all mixed up and I'll show you just how beautiful this presentation can be. Okay, we've got our dipping sauce already done. Now we'll just get a little ramekin like this. Make sure you get a little of everything. Got some melons in there, strawberries, red grape. This stuff is out of this world good. And then a little dollop of your dipping sauce. Melon ball salad for Sunday breakfast desserts. Hey, our next thing that we're going to make is called cheese Danish, and this is also something that we enjoy on Sunday mornings around the table. It's so simple, so inexpensive, and let's get started. First, you're going to need 2 of the large 8-roll crescent rolls. They're 8 ounces a piece, so it's basically 2 8-ounce crescent rolls. A cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of melted butter, a teaspoon of vanilla, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and a teaspoon of salt, or not salt, sugar, and a teaspoon of cinnamon mixed. Okay, let's get started. There we go. I'm trying to keep them together. I'm tearing them up too bad. There we go. And you put them on a baking sheet, ungreased baking sheet, because there's enough butter in the crescent rolls themselves. just turn like this. Okay, now what we need to do is press all of our perforations together and work it with our hands to make it as even as possible. Just like that. Okay, now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and we've got our 8 ounces of cream cheese, sugar, then our teaspoon of vanilla. Now I'm not going to measure this, but that's about a teaspoon. Okay. Now, mix it all together. Alright, we've got that mixed up together pretty good. Now, we come and we put our cream cheese on our crescent roll. This stuff is out of this world good. And it goes really well with the melon ball salad that we just did. And we're sticklers about getting everything out of the bottom. There we go. Okay. Next is our other can of crescent rolls. Now, let's work with this for a minute. Get it unrolled. Seem to have a mind of its own. Okay, that's a mess right there. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get this up, get this placed. Okay, put it like this. Try to, and we can always manipulate it however we need to. Like this. Pinch the sides in. Okay, so we have got the top on there now. Now, I have a brush, but I couldn't find it, so we're just going to spoon some of this melted butter all over the top. And you might not need a whole quarter of a stick of butter, you know. That looks like plenty to me. And then our sugar, cinnamon mixed together. And that is ready to bake. We bake it at a 350 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes until it gets nice gold and bubbly. Take it out, let it chill, and then serve it room temperature. Hi guys, we're back. We're fixing to do homemade Southern style biscuits and chocolate gravy, which is another one of our staples for Sunday breakfast in the South. So we are starting here with 3 cups of self-rising flour. I have sifted the first 2 cups and this is the third. Very important to sift. Get it real airy. We like our biscuits fluffy and buttery. There we go. So we've got that. I've got a tablespoon of sugar and a ½ teaspoon of salt mixed. Put that in there. Okay, now we are going to add 1/4 of a cup of shortening to this, just like that. And then I have got a whole stick of frozen butter. And I am going to cut this butter into cubes. If it allows me to. There we go. And you have to kind of hurry this process because you don't need your butter melting on you. Because the next step is putting it in the food processor and mixing it all together very well to where it starts forming like little balls. Okay, let's get to our food processor. Okay, got it in the food processor. Now let's mix it all together. Okay, now look, see? Little balls everywhere. That's the way you want it to look. Well, we put our flour back in our bowl here. And we've got like little pieces of butter all through that. And that's exactly what you want. I'm going to pour me some good old buttermilk. Now, I'm going to start with 1 cup. And mix that all together and see where we're at with that. You just never know. It depends on the weather. All kinds of things play into it. Now see, it's starting to form. That's still too dry. We need a little bit more. And I'm thinking maybe another cup. Alright, get this all mixed up. There we go. Very tacky now. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have. Very tacky. Now you kind of want it to stay tacky because you got your well of self-rising flour right here as well that you're going to drop your biscuits into. You don't want to handle them too much. I've got me a baking pan here that I've already sprayed the bottom with some non-stick spray, and then I've got my little well here. And what we'll do is just pinch us off some like this. And like I said, you don't want to handle it too much. And then you just drop it like that. Make sure they're all about the same size. And this should make right at about 12 biscuits, which is a pretty good amount for a Sunday morning. Just make sure you just put that biscuit in that self-rising flour. Makes it a lot easier to form it into a ball after you pinch out however much you need. I might be wrong. This might make about 9. Well, maybe 10. But these biscuits are absolutely fantastic. And so easy to do. And talk about budget friendly. You can do so many things with biscuits. Breakfast, even serve them with fried chicken. Okay, so now we've got 10 biscuits here, and you can make your biscuits smaller if you want to, but we kind of like ours, you know, to puff up real big, and they're just so tasty, especially with chocolate gravy. But I'm going to put my butter on top so they brown real nice. Excuse me. And I will do this again when they come back out, because, you know, in the South you can't have too much butter. And what we're going to do is put them in a 400-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until nice and golden brown. And then we'll show you how to do the chocolate gravy. Look at these, just how gorgeous is that? Of course, like I said, the more butter the better, because this is a dessert. Breakfast dessert, actually, in the South. It's usually eaten after the main meal. Okay. You just can't beat that. Alright, now our chocolate gravy. This is the best part. I got a tablespoon of butter right here, and I am melting it down in a little saucepan. And then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of flour, self-rising flour. Stir that together just a little bit. Alright, just like that. Then the next is 1/4 cup of cocoa. Continue stirring, always stirring, because you don't want to scorch it, whatever you do. I've got this at like a medium high right now. I'll turn it down in a minute when I can get everything incorporated. Okay, next is 1/2 cup of sugar. That's your most important ingredient right there, besides the cocoa. There we go. Now we need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. Stir, stir, stir. And then we add 1/2 or 3/4 cup of milk. And I add mine a little at a time. Okay, so I'm going to add the other part of my milk now. And like I said, continuously stirring, because it has to get thick. And we're not far away from it being completely ready. Okay. Of course, you can always double this recipe, even triple it. It just depends on how many people you have to feed that day. It's just me and my husband, so I just made the small portion. See, now it's starting to get thick. I can see where my spoon is dragging across it and leaving a little trail. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, there's our chocolate gravy.